What's up, everybody? Just back at you with another video. Just want to talk about the truth real quick. The truth, if you've gone down the rabbit hole and you seek truth for a while, and you realize and find out how dark things really are, and you continue seeking the truth, even though you know it's dark as fuck, you'll find the light. You'll find the good if you just keep seeking the truth and don't let the dark phase you, because that's part of it. You got to go through the dark to see the light. You got to see the dark too, you know. There's no fast way of seeing the light and knowing the light. But once you find out, and once you enlighten yourself, and you have your third eye open and decalcified, then you will know when you see the light and you got the light, because the light is within you. The deep truths of life is within you. All you gotta do is tap into it. Main thing is having your third eye, your pineal gland, decalcified. Many people's third eyes are closed, and that's why they don't see the real reality. They don't see the truth of what is actually going on. And probably many of them won't ever see the truth because they are so systematically indoctrinated, brainwashed by the system, that it is all that they will ever know until their dying day. That's why a lot of people with negative attitudes, they never change, because they never seek the truth. If they really seek the truth, they would not be so negative. They would not have a negative state of mind. They'll find that inner peace within them. Nobody can force somebody to wake up and see this stuff. You got to do it on your own. So, I mean, everything in the system is to keep everybody at a low vibration. There's nothing in the system or society that helps you build your consciousness, that helps elevate your soul to the fifth dimension. Everything in the system is a distraction to keep people away from the truth, from finding out the truth of who they really are. Everything in the system is to keep people dependent on the system. Everything. I mean, if you think about it, the conversations that you have with sheeple in society, pretty much all of them, they have conversations that are low vibration, that don't help your consciousness at all, that don't help you grow at all. It's all about just chasing money, that's it. And that is why it's so difficult for a lot of people to wake up, because they're dependent on the system, they live in society, and their whole lives have been just simple, low vibrational conversations with other sheeple people. Me being out in society and having to deal with a lot of people has taught me really how people are, and it has showed me how people are so conditioned for the system. It's a slave system. It's a slave society. It's a big pyramid. It's a big pyramid. Slaves working for slaves. And you get your third eye open, you can see it. And a lot of the stupidity and ignorance you can avoid if you're aware of it. You could just avoid hanging around sheeple, low vibrational sheeple, as much as you can. Because I'm telling you, their ignorance will pull you down without even realizing it. Their ignorance will pull you down. And the sheeple don't even realize what they're doing, you know, because they're so indoctrinated and brainwashed, they're just regurgitating everything that the system tells them, and the mainstream news and the government tells them. Or regurgitating whatever's on TV from their favorite celebrities. They're just copying what the system feeds them. But once you wake up and enlighten yourself to the truth, you won't have no part of that shit. You don't want to be a part of that ignorance. You know what I'm saying? Because you've elevated on a way higher level than them. It is what it is. Consciously, you've elevated to a higher level than them. And of course, they can't see it. They just think that you're the same like everybody else. And in a way, we are. But a lot of people live in ignorance. You know what I'm saying? And us truth seekers, we don't live in ignorance. We know what the fuck is going on. And a lot of us know what the hell we got to do to stop it. And one of the biggest things that we can do, one of the best solutions, is to awaken as many people as we can to the truth. Plant seeds. And hopefully they'll grow. I know that I planted a lot of seeds in people, and I've watched them elevate themselves. And I've also tried to plant seeds in people, but I've watched them just stay the same and live in ignorance and stay distracted. So the choice is up to the people. All we can do is just plant the seed. It's up to them to water it and hopefully make themselves grow, their consciousness grow. But this ice storm here, I know you guys see that this ice storm here that we're dealing with on the east side, I mean, it's not too bad, but if you can see the sky, it's completely covered, of course, and I do believe that it's a big possibility that all this was caused from chemtrails to block the sun and possibly make people sick. They've been really known for blocking the sun, and that takes away the people's vitamin D. It weakens their immune system if they're not in the sun, if they're not getting the proper amount of sun that they need. So that's why you got to get as much sun whenever it's out, as much as you can, for situations like this when you can't get out in the sun. At least you had gotten a lot of sun when you had the chance and could. That's what I do. I get out in the sun every chance I can. Even if it's cold, I'm going out in the sun. But for a low vibrational, indoctrinated, brainwashed, conditioned sheep, it is really hard for them to understand a truth seeker's mind. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand a lot of the stuff that we speak about, or if they do, it scares them and they don't want to believe it. But they can't fathom all the information and the truth and the knowledge that you spit at them, because it's so much, you know what I'm saying? And they have not done hardly any research. So they just do not know. They don't have the same mindset. They're on that low vibe, that low frequency. So it fucks up their energy because of that, because they do not know how to change their energy. And, you know, another thing about the sheeple, well, I'm sliding here. Another thing about the sheeple is that many of them, they think that they're spiritually woke because they're part of a religious group, you know, like a church, for example. And I'm not here to bash religion, but 99% of them are not actually spiritually woke to the truth. They don't understand energy very well. You know what I'm saying? They think that when we die, that our soul is released then. But it doesn't work like that. We have a soul within us. God is within us. And they can't understand that concept, you know? They're always looking on the outside, and they're expecting Jesus to come from the clouds down to earth. And my dad, he's a Christian, and he actually believes that. He's also a sheep. But he actually believes that Jesus is going to come from the sky. You know, if he comes from the sky at all, it's going to be from Project Bluebeam, and it's going to be fake as fuck, you know. But God is within us, each and every one of us. And a lot of people don't know that because they have not tapped in and found that answer yet. They have not found that out yet. I used to be not that spiritual, you know, until I just dabbled in some psychedelics. I'm a big truth seeker, you know. I'll do whatever I can to find the truth, and I seek the truth. And I don't mind experimenting with things like LSD, DMT, shrooms, like I have, to find out what I want to know. And a lot of people, they're afraid to leave their comfort zone. I'm not here to tell you to do a psychedelic. You could learn all this information from, if you do enough meditation, but you gotta learn how to meditate. And it takes time to actually get it down. The psychedelics is kind of like just a quick way. If you don't believe in the spiritual world or the afterlife, just dabble in some psychedelics. And if that doesn't cut it, try a different psychedelic, you know what I'm saying? DMT will definitely blast your ass off. You smoke enough of that, it'll blast you off. And I'm not saying to do drugs or anything, but I'm just explaining what has helped me out on my journey, and that has helped me enlighten myself. But see, a lot of people, they're afraid to leave their comfort zone or try something that they have not done. I might sound like a rude SOB for talking shit about the sheeple, but if this video offends you, then you're probably a sheep, because sheeple/ignorance is a big problem. And a lot of the ignorance that's going on is because of the sheeple. The war on drugs, for example, back in the day when Reagan started the world war on drugs, it was basically a war on the people. But the sheeple, they weren't woke consciously to prevent something like that from happening. So they ushered in that corrupt, fucked up law. They ushered in the war on drugs, and now there's people doing prison for selling weed. You know what I'm saying? For just trying to make a living from selling weed. We should be in charge of our own bodies. You know what I'm saying? But you got to keep in mind, the elite, the Illuminati, the evil powers that be, they want your mind, soul, and your body. So of course they're going to try to prevent you from elevating your consciousness. That is why I think that they've made psychedelics illegal. They don't want you leveling up. And you don't have to do psychedelics. Like I said, you can do meditation. I'm not promoting you to do psychedelics. I'm explaining what has helped me get to where I'm at. Sheeple think that by complying and doing whatever is told for them to do, and not questioning authority, and staying distracted and watching entertainment, not giving a fuck about the truth, they think that they are smart because of that. That's how brainwashed they are. They think by fitting in, they're cool. Every one of us is meant to be different. Everybody looks different. So why is everybody doing that? Or why is the majority of people all doing the same shit? You know what I'm saying? No leaf is the same on a tree. Oh, but the sheeple kind of have a collective mindset, and all thinking and acting the same in a way. But we're all supposed to be different in our own unique way. The way I do think that we all do go to the same place after we die, but if you treated people like shit and did wrong in this world, you're gonna reap what you sow on the other side. And here's just a few video clips of the winter storm that we're having. That may have been caused from chemtrails. I'm just saying. The next video, I'll let